Well, hello everybody. I'm Doc Kunihiro, and we're in Little Tokyo in downtown Los Angeles in front of the beautiful Japanese American National Museum. And we're here today to find my friend Richard Fukuhara, who's going to tell us all about the Tanabata Festival. So come along with me and see what's up, Doc. So, hey, Richard.
Hey, Howard.
Okay, now, we see all these paper things hanging up here and all that, but tell us a little bit about where Tanabata came from.
Well, Tanabata came from China, basically, about 2,000 years ago. They used to call it the Star Festival. And around, it's a story about two stars that fell in love, and one was a cow herder and the other one was a weaver. And then they got together and they got married. But the Sky King was very upset because the herder was not taking care of his cows and the weaver was not making fabrics for the heavenly gods. So he decided to separate them to the opposite ends of the Milky Way. But then he said, well, on 7/7 you can get together. So that's when the magpies linked their wings together and form a bridge for the two lovers to meet. However, if it rains, they have to wait for an entire year. So what was happening is that the people were starting to write wishes. They write wishes, I hope it wouldn't rain so the two lovers can get together. But in 1946, after the war, the city of Sendai started to do something a little different. They started to make a ball, a ring, and some streamers. Pretty much what we're doing right now. Actually, the large ones are from Sendai, Japan. We're supported from Sendai, Japan.
So, how many years has the LA Tanabata Festival been in existence? And how long does it go for the weekend?
The LA Tanabata Festival, this is our 5th year. Yeah.
Okay, Richard, now is there a Japanese name for these decorations?
Yes, it's called a kazari. A kazari, or decoration.
Kazari. Is it like a Rose Parade float where, you know, they spend a lot of time kind of thinking about the design first?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge competition in Japan.
Okay.
And the ones that this company that sends it to us, those are prize winners.
Okay.
And so we get to see some of the very best.
The best.
And they will spend all year making them. Pretty much all the kazaris that you're seeing here are made from different community organizations.
So these are called kazuri.
Kazari.
Okay, kazari.
Kazari in Japanese means decoration.
I noticed you've got different sections here behind us, above us, and how did you determine where each kazuri was going to go?
Well, on this section, because we receive applications from different organizations, so we divided up into government section over here, and then above us, this is nonprofit, which includes churches, temples, schools. And then we go over here, down here, it's Kenjinkai. Kenjinkai are organizations, Japanese organizations, or let's see if I can explain it, prefecture organizations that come out of Japan.
Okay, different states.
Different states from Japan.
Okay.
And there are clubs here.
So they have state competitions there.
Yeah, this is very competitive.
All right.
Okay. And then over here we have, these are another community groups.
Okay. Right.
And then businesses.
Local businesses and looks like maybe international business.
International businesses too.
Very good.
So this is the entire flavor of what we're trying to do, and it's about community, because over here we have the Chinese Museum.
Okay.
And we have different organizations. And so it's not just the Japanese community, it's all the communities that we're trying to bring together.
Who determines the winners of all of the...
We have judges.
If I saw one that I really liked, could I have some input into the voting on that?
Yes, and that's a good point, because this year we added People's Choice Award.
Okay.
So today we have ballots, so people go around, and it's really inspiring, because then they really begin to look.
All right.
There's not just, they come around and say, oh, those are really beautiful, but when you tell them, would you like to vote? And they go, oh yes, we'd like to vote for our favorite one. So all of a sudden you see they start pointing out all the little things.
Right.
So it's been a fun learning experience for us as we continue on this, and this is our 5th year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we hope to continue this. And during our opening ceremony, we had politicians who are so excited to see that the community coming together and how they can support it. In fact, we'll put a plug in for County Supervisor Gloria Molina, who won the Founders Award, as well as her class. She wins the Founders Award, and all the judges pick that one. And so we never know who's going to win. But
Wow.
what I found out that they're really proud of that because she has different offices around.
Right.
And actually, she's an artist. But she had her staff people in the different offices make flowers and contribute. So they were tears. She told me, her assistant told me that tears because they were so excited because they all participated.
Right.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's about community, and that's
Yeah.
what inspires me.
Right.
About community.
How long does it take to make one of these things, and who decides what it's going to look like, and the colors and theme and all that?
Well, that the organization decides who's going to be the designer.
All right.
And how many. Once it's designed, you figure out how many flowers it's going to make. So it could take, depends on the amount of people. And I will give there's one group, and they love to do this because they all get to sit around the table and tell stories, make flowers, and work with whoever designed it.
Right.
And they will maybe spend a couple hours every weekend working on this. And they're very excited to do this every year. And you could tell by the number of registration when they registered. And when I see one 11 or 17, that means, wow, they registered or they're really excited.
Now I see a bunch of different size of the ornaments. Where'd you get these really nice looking big ones back here?
The 5 very large ones come from Sendai, Japan, and the other 5 smaller ones. So the larger ones are at least 15 feet long, and the other ones are 12, and they come from a company in Sendai that supports the Tanabata Festival.
Okay. Now the Sendai, that's the same city that was decimated by the tsunami,
Yeah,
right?
the earthquake and tsunami,
Okay.
very much. But that year, 2011, we were wondering if they were going to hold a festival. And I said, in the Japanese spirit, of course we're going to hold this because we have to be strong. Pretty amazing the first year because we didn't know if we were going to do our festival, but they encouraged us to continue, and that's what had happened. And
Wow.
and it's pretty amazing to see the 2 different U.S. and L.A. U.S. and Japan get together, and usually the festival gets anywhere from over 1 million people from all over Japan. It's the largest festival in Japan.
Sendai Tanabata Festival.
They come from
is the largest.
all over Japan to come to that.
And they took the time to actually send all of those over here, especially with everything that's going on there. So there must be a lot of goodwill and feeling between LA and Sendai to be able to accomplish that.
There is, and it's wonderful to see that. This year we didn't do it, but in the past, because we had moved the stage, we usually have a direct feed, a video feed right to the city of Sendai so the citizens can see that we are part of them.
They want to see theirs hanging in there.
They want to see their hanging, and the mayor of the city and the leaders are really enthused about
Very
what
good.
we're doing
Well.
and what we're trying to do about linking with them and spreading the word of Tanabata.
Well, we really appreciate all of your information, Rich.
Thank you, Howard.
I know that you put a lot of time in.
Well, we have a fabulous Brian Quito is our chairman, and he has such vision of what, and we all kind of jump in. We see the vision, and we all are all volunteers. There's no paid staff.
Well, Brian is actually the owner of the Fugetsudo
Manju shop, and he's a third generation.
third generation running that business. Right?
That business,
Yeah, so
and a very intricate part of Little Tokyo.
very good. Well, thanks again, Richard, and we are enjoying our visit today.
Yeah, thank you, Howard.
All right. Well, I don't know about you folks, but I had a great time today, and I'd once again like to thank Richard Fukuhara for giving us a little bit of background of Tanabata in Japan and Los Angeles, and hopefully you'll join us again for another episode of What's Up, Doc.